Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's story. In this episode, after weeks of sleepless nights and a company pushed to the edge, Alex returns home carrying worries heavier than his mother can see. But when she gently asks about Tuna, something inside him shifts. For the first time, Alex opens up about the woman he loves and the little boy who has become part of his world. While the orchard faces a dangerous betrayal and a trusted partner reveals a shocking scam, Alex finds unexpected strength in the simple hope his mother carries. Stay until the end, because today marks the moment Alex decides to fight not just for business, but for a future with Tuna. And don't forget to subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. Early morning sunlight slid gently through the old wooden shutters, casting soft lines across the kitchen table where Alex's mother sat, still holding the broom she hadn't even realized she'd stopped using. The tiny home felt unusually quiet, as if even the walls were listening. On the opposite side of the table, Alex sat with his shoulders slightly hunched, his face pale from nights spent awake in the cold glow of a laptop screen. His eyes were ringed with exhaustion. "You stayed up again, didn't you?" his mother asked. Not accusing, not angry, just tired in that deep, motherly way that makes every word sound like both worry and love. Alex tried to force a smile, rubbing his palms together. The company was short on capital again. I had to wait for the export documents. But it's handled now. I sold the goods. We'll have money to turn things around soon. His mother nodded slowly, though her eyes were still clouded with unease. "Your older sister called this morning," she said, trying to sound casual. "She asked if I've prepared anything for the trip next month." Then, without warning, she put the broom aside and leaned closer. "But tell me, how is Tuna? You still visit her, don't you?" Alex blinked, startled at the sudden shift. Yes, I still go to the farm. I visit her and little Henry when I can." That was the moment his mother smiled for the first time that morning. A warm but fragile smile. "She's been through so much," she whispered, her voice softening. "Raising her boy, alone, carrying all that burden by herself. I only want you to be happy, Alex. If your heart chooses her, I'll support you." The kitchen filled with the smell of freshly steamed rice, mingling with the weight of everything left unspoken between them. Alex's mother reached across the table and held his hands tightly. Her touch was rough from years of working, yet overflowing with a tenderness only a mother can give. "You know, son." She lowered her voice, like she was sharing a secret meant only for him. "If you've really chosen Tuna, then love her truly. Protect her. Stand by her. Women like her, they don't ask for much. They just want someone who won't leave when things get hard." Her eyes glistened when she said Henry's name, when she pictured Alex, Tuna, and the little boy sitting at the same table, smiling, laughing, sharing a simple meal. "I dream of seeing the three of you visiting me, going somewhere fun, eating together." Alex nodded heavily. "I'll arrange work soon, then. I'll go pick up Tuna and Henry, and I'll bring you with me next time." The promise slipped out before he could stop it, and suddenly it felt like one of the biggest promises he had ever made in his life. His mother stroked his hair gently, just like she used to when he was small. I only wish to see you settled and happy before I close my eyes someday. That's all a mother hopes for." Then she stood, picked up her market basket, and said with a smile that wavered at the edges, "I'll buy something delicious today. You look so thin. You need strength." When the wooden door closed behind her, Alex was left alone with the quiet hum of his laptop. The screen blinked back to life, reminding him that while his mother dreamed of family dinners and grandchildren, he was still buried under invoices, contracts, and deadlines. Between the love waiting for him at the farm and the debts pulling him backward, he suddenly felt his heart split in two. Yet somewhere beneath the stress, his mother's last sentence lingered like a gentle anchor. Love her truly. Later that afternoon, under a sun so harsh it made the soil shimmer, a 10-year-old pomelo orchard stretched across the landscape like a sea of gold. Alex stepped out of his dust-covered car, his leather shoes immediately sinking into the soft red dirt. He wiped sweat from his forehead, bracing himself. Ms. Lan was already waiting between two rows of pomelos, holding a tape measure and squinting under the blazing sun. She smelled faintly of kimchi, probably from breakfast, or from tasting another batch of fermented produce she'd been experimenting with. "You're late," she muttered, but not unkindly. He followed her down the narrow path, sunlight slicing through the thick foliage and turning every ripe pomelo into a glowing lantern. "About 6,000 fruits meet Adam's standard," Ms. Lan announced, pointing her tape measure toward the largest clusters. The rest, too small or too blemished. Her voice was steady, but Alex could hear the worry beneath it. He picked up a small fruit, turning it over in his hand, sighing. "Adam's supermarkets are strict. They'll reject anything less than perfect." They walked deeper into the orchard, discussing the $3 billion they'd collected, the $1 billion still owed, and the deadline looming over them like a blade. Adam was coming for a massive shipment in just 3 days. The hot wind rustled the leaves above them, creating a sound that felt like whispers. Whispers of deals, secrets, pressure, and all the things Alex never wanted to tell his mother. He paused, staring out across thousands of shining fruits. But instead of pride, he felt a strange heaviness. The numbers weren't adding up. The timeline wasn't right. And somewhere, deep in his gut, something told him that the trouble wasn't just financial. Something darker was hiding beneath the surface. Later that night, in a dim tea room, lit only by soft amber lamps, Alex sat motionless. The glass of water in front of him remained untouched. The detective across from him leaned forward, his voice low and steady. "The person in the photo works for Min's company," the detective said. "I'm 100% sure." The words hit Alex like a sudden plunge into ice water. He remembered asking Min about the man. Remembered Min looking him directly in the eyes and swearing he didn't know him. And now, everything shattered at once. "Min always paid on time," Alex whispered. "He always smiled, always acted friendly. And now," the detective shook his head. "In business these days, scammers are sophisticated. Never trust someone just because they look kind." Alex's jaw clenched. The chairs, the soft light, the quiet teacups on the shelves. Everything around him suddenly felt like props in a scene he no longer belonged to. He stood up slowly, fists tightening. His shadow stretched across the wall, long and sharp, like a man stepping into a battle he couldn't turn away from. A battle that could destroy everything, including the future his mother had just prayed for. The next morning broke quietly, the kind of morning where the sky looked washed clean and the air carried a cool promise. But inside Alex's chest, everything felt tight, too tight. Sleep had barely touched him. His mother's voice from the previous day, the orchard's looming deadline, the detective's words, they all tangled together in his mind like vines wrapping around a collapsing fence. He stood in the yard with his keys in hand, staring at his car without truly seeing it. His mother stepped out from the kitchen doorway, wiping her hands on a faded towel. She watched him with the kind of concern only mothers can hide and show at the same time. "You're leaving early today?" she asked gently. "Yeah," Alex replied, forcing a breath. "I have to check some things, the shipment, and a few contracts." She didn't understand the details, but she didn't need to. She walked up, straightened the collar of his shirt, and patted his shoulder. "Work hard, but don't overwork your heart. Remember what we talked about." Her tone was warm, but faintly trembling. She was thinking of tuna again. He could feel it. And so was he. He nodded. "I remember." Then he drove off, leaving behind a faint trail of red dust and the image of his mother standing alone in the morning light, her eyes following him until he disappeared around the bend. The drive to the city felt longer than usual. Every billboard, every passing truck, every row of banana trees along the highway slowly blurred into background noise as Alex replayed the detective's words over and over. Min, one of the people he trusted most, had lied to him. Betrayal in business was common, but betrayal from someone who ate with you, laughed with you, toasted victories with you, that was different. By the time he reached the city, his chest felt like a knot. He walked into the detective's office. Small room, old fan creaking above, papers neatly stacked. The detective didn't waste time. "I dug deeper after your visit," he said, sliding over a thin folder. "This might help you understand what you're really dealing with." Alex opened it slowly. His eyes froze on the first page. It was a bank record, a transfer, a suspicious one, from Min's company to the same man Alex had been searching for, a man tied to multiple fraudulent export deals. Deals that looked eerily similar to the one Alex had been struggling through these past weeks. His breath hitched. So Min? He was behind the missing shipments. The detective nodded solemnly. "And the $3 billion you collected? He probably planned to disappear with the final payment. You caught it too late, but not too late to fight back." Alex felt heat rising behind his eyes. Not tears, but anger. A slow, pulsing anger that made his fingers tremble. He closed the folder. "Thank you," he said quietly. "I know what I need to do." But the detective gave him one last warning. "Just be careful. People like him, they don't lose peacefully." Outside, the city's noise hit him like a wave. Motorbikes zipped past, horns blaring, vendors shouting, life buzzing in every direction. But Alex stood perfectly still for a moment, breathing hard. Then he unlocked his phone and made a call. "Ms. Lon," he said, voice steady. "I need you to prepare the ledger, the original contracts, everything with Min's name on it." Her voice, usually stern, trembled. "Alex, are you sure?" "Yes," he replied, eyes darkening with conviction. "He played us, and I'm not letting him ruin everything we've built." The line fell silent for a few seconds. Then Ms. Lon breathed out, "I'll have everything ready." Back at the orchard, Ms. Lon was waiting in the shade of a large pomelo tree. Multiple folders were spread out on the nearby wooden table. She wasn't eating kimchi this time. She wasn't smiling either. "You look like you didn't sleep," she said bluntly. "Didn't," Alex answered. They sat. Papers rustled between them, each document like a puzzle piece falling into place. False receipts, suspicious dates, forged signatures, and side deals disguised as business expenses. Min hadn't just betrayed him. He'd been siphoning money from the start. Quietly, carefully, patiently. Ms. Lon slammed her hand on the table. "I've worked for you for years. I didn't think he'd trick even me." Alex exhaled slowly. He tricked all of us. He pushed the final folder aside and stared toward the orchard. A breeze moved through the trees, making the pomelos sway like lanterns competing with the sun. "I'm going to confront him," he said. "Today." Ms. Lon's face darkened. "Do you want me to go with you?" Alex shook his head. "No, this is something I need to settle myself." He stood up, slow, deliberate, like someone gathering every ounce of resolve he possessed. As he walked back to his car, Ms. Lon called out softly, "Alex, whatever happens, don't forget one thing. You still have people who believe in you. Your mother and Tuna." He paused. Her words hit deeper than he expected. He didn't turn around, but he said, "I know." And for the first time in days, he actually meant it. The sky was burning orange when he arrived at Min's warehouse. Workers were leaving, motorbikes weaving through the gates. Alex stepped inside, every sense sharp, every thought focused. Min was at his desk, laughing into his phone, until he saw Alex. The smile slowly faded. "Alex, what are you doing here?" Alex closed the door behind him. "We need to talk." Min leaned back, trying to look relaxed. "About what? The shipment? Don't worry. Everything is—" "Don't lie," Alex cut in, voice lower than Min had ever heard. He placed the folder on the table. Min's eyes flickered. "I know everything," Alex said. "The man in the photo, the fake receipts, the transfers. You planned to run with the last payment, didn't you?" Silence. Cold. Heavy. Then Min's eyes narrowed. "You shouldn't have dug that deep." Alex didn't flinch. "I trusted you. My mother even praised you. And all this time, you were stealing from us." Min stood abruptly. "Business is business. People like you, you're too soft. That's why you lose." "No," Alex said calmly. "People like you lose, because the only thing you have is money. And the moment it's gone, there's nothing left." Min scoffed, but Alex opened the door. "I've already submitted the evidence. Police will contact you soon." Then he stepped out into the fading evening light, leaving Min frozen behind his desk. When Alex returned home, night had fully fallen. His mother was sitting outside on the porch, peeling fruit slowly under the dim porch light. She looked up, surprised. "You're home early." Alex walked toward her, sat beside her, and leaned his head gently on her shoulder. She stiffened, then softened. "What's wrong, son?" He shook his head slowly. "Nothing's wrong, but everything is changing." Her hand stroked his back. "Change is good if you walk toward the right people." Alex exhaled. "Mom, I think I'm ready. I want to talk about the wedding with Tuna." Her entire body froze, then trembled. You really mean that?" Alex smiled tiredly. "Yeah, I really do." She covered her mouth in disbelief, tears forming instantly. "Oh, Alex, you will make her so happy." He nodded, eyes softening. "And you, Mom. I want you there. I want us to be a family." For the first time in a long while, peace spread across his chest like a warm blanket.